Alright, in this video we're going to be looking at reflections. And reflections are more commonly known as flips. We're going to flip each shape over some line. There's three different types we're going to look at here. First of all, notice x-axis, x-axis, y-axis, x-axis. So the first four problems you're flipping over an axis. On the next four problems you're flipping over y equals -1, x equals -3, you're flipping over a horizontal or vertical line. And then in the last set, you're flipping over the line, let's see here, y equals x or y equals -x. Okay. So I'm going to do 4 examples here. I'm going to do a y equals -x, a y equals x, and I'm going to do one where it's flipped over an axis and one where it's flipped over just some random line, horizontal or vertical line. Alright, so let's see here. First of all, flipping over an axis, the x-axis. Basically, you've got your x-axis is right here, and each point, you just flip each point individually. Just like when we did translations, we moved each point individually. You're going to flip each point individually. And the way to do that is to count how many spaces it is straight up to the axis, and then place its image. Remember, it's pre-image is the original, image is the new one. And its image should be the same number of spaces on the opposite side. So Q is 2 spaces away from the axis, so its image, Q prime, will be 2 spaces away from the axis in the other direction. T is 1 space away from the axis, so T prime will be 1 space away from the axis in the other direction. Okay. S is 3 spaces from the axis, so its image will be 3 spaces from the axis in the other direction. And R is 3 spaces from the axis, so its image will also be 3 spaces from the axis in the other direction. And we just connect the lines. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. It's been flipped across the x-axis. It's going to be the same if you flip across the y-axis. The only difference is that you're going to be going horizontally instead of vertically. All right. Next. Let's flip across just some random line here, horizontal or vertical. This one is an example of a horizontal line, y equals -1. That's down here. I kind of pencil it in a little bit there. It's all the coordinates that have -1, or all the points that have -1 for a y coordinate. And let's see, we do the same thing. So E is 1 space away from the line y equals 1, so its image, E prime, will be 1 space away in the other direction. H is 1, 2, 3 spaces, so 1, 2, 3 spaces away from the line in the other direction. G is 2 spaces away, so G prime will be 2 spaces away in the other direction. And F is 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away, so 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in the other direction for F prime. And we just connect 4 points there. All right, and we're done. Last one, the last couple, I'll do a couple here. The line y equals x. These are all the points where the x and y coordinate are the same. So for example, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. You kind of get the idea here. -1, -1, -2, -2, and so on. So here's that line. It's a diagonal line that just passes through the origin, like so. Okay. So when we're flipping things across this line, instead of counting spaces directly to it, we count kind of like diagonals straight to it. So for example, R is 1, 2 and a half diagonals from the line. So half, 1 1/2, 2 1/2, counting in the other direction, R prime. S is 1, 2, 3 1/2, so S prime is 1/2, 1 1/2, 2 1/2, 3 1/2 in the other direction. T is 1, 2, 3, 4, so T prime 1, 2, 3, 4. And then U 1, 2, 3 1/2, 1/2, 1 1/2, 2 1/2, 3 1/2, u prime will be over here. Well, and if we've done it correctly, and I'm pretty sure we have, then I could sort of fold this along the line and the two shapes would match up. Let's do one more over here. Line y equals negative x. These are all the points where the y coordinate is the opposite of the x coordinate. So for example, 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 3, negative 3. Or going the other direction, negative 1, positive 1, negative 2, positive 2, negative 3, positive 3. So again, it's a diagonal line that passes through the origin, just goes in the other direction. Okay. Now, and it's the same deal. When we go to reflect, we just count how many kind of diagonals it is up to the line. So 1, 2 and a half, 1 and a half, 2 and a half, w prime. X is 1, 2, 3 and a half, so 1 half, 1 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half, x prime. V is 1, 2, 3, 4, so v prime, 1, 2, 3, 4. U is 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half, so half, 1 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half, 4 and a half is u prime. And we just connect our 4 points. There we go. We're all set. Well, good luck with the rest of these.